Erev Tov Rabotai, we are continuing with our Mishna Yomi, Masechet Yoma. We are up to Perik Bet, Mishnah Vav. Today's Mishnayot should be Leilu Nishmat, Neria ben Svetlana, Aranbayev, and Eliyahu ben Burcha Israelov, Menuchatam Began Eden. Amen. The Tamid belongs to the category of offerings known as Olah offerings. However, the Tamid had to be a lamb, whereas for other Olah offerings, certain other animals could be used as well. The following two Mishnahs count the number of Kohanim needed to offer a ram or a bull as an Olah offering. Now this Mishnah and the next deal with Olah offerings that were brought on behalf of the public, such as the Musaf offerings of Yom Tov, Chol Moed, and Rosh Chodesh. The law for private Olah offerings is stated near the end of the next Mishnah. The Mishnah begins, Ayel, a ram. Now a ram in this context means a sheep older than 1 year and 1 month. Ayin karev be'achadasar, a ram was brought as an Olah offering by 11 Kohanim as follows. Habasar b'hamisha, the flesh, meaning all the limbs except the innards, were carried by 5 Kohanim, just like the flesh of the Tamid. Hakravayim v'asolet v'yayin b'shnayim b'shnayim, but the innards, the flour, and the wine, the minchat chavitin is not mentioned because it was brought only with the Tamid. So the innards, the flour, and the wine were each carried by 2 Kohanim. Unlike the Tamid, a lamb, where each was carried by 1 Kohen, because the innards of a ram are bigger and heavier than those of a lamb, and the amounts of flour and wine brought with the ram are larger than those brought with the lamb. Now 1/10 of an ephah of flour and 1/4 hin of wine were brought with the lamb, whereas 2/10 of an ephah of flour and 1/3 of a hin of wine were brought with the ram, as the Torah tells us in Sefer Bamidbar, chapter 15, Psukim 3-7. Since it was more of an amount, therefore there were more Kohanim that were involved. And that is in Rabotav Mishnah Vav. Mishnah Zayin continues, Par karev be-24, a bull which is larger than a ram was brought as an Olah offering by 24 Kohanim. Harosh v'aregel v'arosh be'echad v'aregel b'shnayim. The head and the back right leg were carried as follows. The head by 1 Kohen and the leg by 2. Ha'oketz v'aregel, ha'oketz b'shnayim v'aregel b'shnayim. The tail, meaning with the hindquarters, and the back left leg were carried as follows. The tail by 2 Kohanim and the leg by 2. He'chazeh v'agera, he'chazeh be'echad v'agera b'shlosha. The chest and the neck were carried as follows. The chest by 1 Kohen and the neck by 3. Shtei yadayim b'shnayim, the 2 furlongs were carried by 2 Kohanim. Shtei defanot b'shnayim, the 2 sides by 2 Kohanim. Hakravayim v'asolet v'yayin b'shlosha shlosha, and the innards, flour, and wine were carried by 3 Kohanim each. Now 3/10 of an ephah of flour and half a hin of wine were brought with the bull. These amounts are larger than those for a lamb or a ram. The Mishnah now explains that the numbers of Kohanim listed in the previous Mishnayot were not required for all Olah offerings. Bamed dvarim amurim, in what case were these words stated? Meaning, when were these numbers of Kohanim necessary? B'korbanot tzibur, in the cases of communal Olah offerings. Ava b'korban yachid, but in the case of a personal Olah offering, im ratzah lakriv makriv. If 1 Kohen wanted to bring the entire offering by himself, he may bring it. Meaning, if the owner of a private offering chose a specific Kohen from the family of Kohanim on duty that day, that Kohen was allowed to perform all its services and no lottery was required. But if no Kohen was chosen, the services of a private offering were allocated to several Kohanim by lottery. The Mishnah teaches who skinned Olah offerings and carved the animal's carcass into the limbs listed above, the head, the legs. Hefshetan v'nituchan shel elu v'elu shavin. Their skinning and their carving is the same for both the personal and communal Olah offerings, and that they may be done by a non-Kohen. And that is in Rabotai today's Mishna Yomi. Baruch Adonai Leolam. Amen v'amen.